Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you had a great, good, or passable Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, so last night, in between the gently sobbing about stressing out at work and drinking some champagnes, I watched The Bachelor. So it's Tuesday. I'm gonna break down some of the things I saw, give my opinion on some of it. So let's get into it. I feel like they're reaching on group dates. The first group date of the night was bring out your inner bad bitch. So the ladies go to a club and they're introduced to, what was her name? Lotta? She sings that song, and she said something like, I'm here to help you bring out your bad bitch. Let's bring out your man, or whatever. Instead of bringing bad bitch energy, out comes Zach. He's bringing that energy that you would think somebody would have after they walked out of Costco and they just scored a large amount of wholesale mayonnaise. So he was, I don't know what he was bringing. It wasn't that bad bitch energy. It was wholesale mayonnaise energy. So they get together, they all do a little sober day dancing, rather awkward. Then they bring out three special Bachelor Nation royalty guests. And it was Victoria Fuller, Tajwan, and Courtney. So they walk out all in slow motion, which is, I guess, supposed to make them even more bigger, badder bitches. So they come out. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody freaks out. Oh my God, here's three people. Here's three women that were on The Bachelor. They were bitches. They didn't win, and they didn't find men on here. But they did find fame, so freak out. So they said they basically want all the ladies to walk down the runway and then do a bad bitch walk, and none of which impressed me or any of the special judges. Then there was the after party. Now listen, going into the after party, Tajwan was like, I see something special in him. I think I might need to tap into that, or something like that. So listen, when it was the after party and he's sitting there talking with Kat, the only woman who, anytime she introduces herself or talks or does anything, she has to put herself in like she has to be like, make something like a cat. She has to, for some reason, she's a grown woman and she has to make herself look like a cat because that's her damn name. Don't even get me started. So they're talking, she's talking with Zach. In comes Tajwan. So Kat goes back, tells the other ladies this. Tajwan's talking to Zach, and basically she says, hey, listen, I think I need to get into some of this. And he was like, I don't know about this. I am going to have to discuss this and think about this. I'm talking like that because I think he's a robot sometimes. The after party, it comes out that Brianna's kind of worried about where she stands with Zach, because sure, she got America's first impression rose, but she didn't get the rose directly from Zach. So she doesn't know where she stands with him. She tells him that, they kiss, everything seems to be, okay. But I completely understand where she's coming from, because America thought, hey, she would be good with him. It didn't come from him. So I understand that. And while this is all going on, the ladies go and talk to Tajwan, and they were like, I am going to give her a piece of my mind. We're going to tell her this is not cool. Then as soon as they go up to her, nobody's saying anything. It looks like somebody's gonna bust out crying. And Tajwan is just like, what? And then she goes and sits down with them. She's talking, they're like, don't you think that this is a little awkward? She's like, I don't feel awkward. I don't know why you would. I don't. Whatever. So then Zach comes over, pulls her aside, talks to her, and says, listen, it's not going to happen. I don't think this is cool, and forget it. Get out. He doesn't say that, but he's like, peace, and out. And then I guess, so then she proved that I guess bad bitches do cry, because she cried. So there was that. Group date rose for that date went to Catherine, which made Brianna feel like it was a slap in the face, and she's just unsecure about their connection. So we're back to that one. One-on-one date went to Christina Mandrell, and the theme was let our love soar. Okay, listen, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what this was going to be. This was either going to be a helicopter tour or hot ballooning. And guess what? That's right. Ding, ding, ding. It was a helicopter tour, of course. They get in the car, they're driving down the coast. Oh my gosh. They're just joking and laughing about loving and listening to Nickelback. What more could you ask for? What a surprise this is. A helicopter tour. Amazing. But wait, it doesn't end there. You then continue down the road on Awkwardville, because you're going to be going to the house where Zach first grew up in. His entire family is there to celebrate his mother's birthday. They go in. Things seem to be a little awkward at first, but then people kind of loosen up a little bit. It is his mother's birthday, so of course, bring in the woman that's on the first date that has not met anybody to give a toast, rather than someone from her own family, like the father or herself or anybody. So everything seems to be going okay. She seems to be fitting in okay. Then she goes and talks to his mother, who brings out the really embarrassing baby pictures. And then that makes Christina think, oh shit, I got a kid. I got to tell him about my child, because I don't want him to think I am like hiding someone. I'm on the down low, and then all of a sudden I just bring up a child. So she got to tell him this. So they go to dinner. And she brings it up. She tells him that she has a 5-year-old daughter, and it was kind of like, his face was kind of like, And he's contemplating like, listen, I really like her, but do I want a kid now? I would like a kid. Do I want a kid like now? So I really think like he's hemming and hawing around it. She's crying when it comes time for the rose. And you really thinking that he's going to be like cutting her loose. But he says that he wants to find out more about her, and he wants just to find out more about her. I thought on this date that I had like kind of changed my thoughts about her. I could be wrong, but he ended up giving her the rose. Like I said, he wants to get to know her, but he has to figure it out if he wants kids like immediately right now. So next we move on to group date number 2. Group date number 2 was literally nothing. They went out to another venue and had a cocktail party. But I guess, I mean, after you've been running the show for so long, maybe you run out of like interesting, fun ideas, because now they're just going to another place and drinking and talking, like a cocktail party. So while they're there on this group date, he literally talks to everybody and kisses everybody, like everybody. And I think it's standard that when he goes up to someone, they sit down, and then he immediately has to just put his hand on their upper thigh and then sucks face with literally everybody, with the exception of Gabby. There was, what's her name? I have the chicken lime green, but her name was Ariel. Listen, I think they were made for each other just because she's very robotic. Like, she doesn't give me off a lot of like warmth or, what do you say, circulation? I don't know. She was just too monotone. But she had said that she was, after they kissed, she was blushing in places where she shouldn't. What the hell does that mean? Were you blushing on your JJ? What was that? So no, that was odd. And then Gabby was just off to the races. She was like, I have to tell him, I have to get in there and tell him all about me. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to go in, I'm going to talk a mile a minute, and I'm going to come up with nicknames. Nicknames are going to be great. Don't do that. And then starts crying about, why didn't he kiss me? Well, probably because you wouldn't shut up. So the rose for the group date number 2 went to Jess. I don't know. So week number 2, it's already a trend. It's week number 2, and yet another week of people crying, girls crying over this man. I have no idea of why they're crying over this guy. Like, honestly, I will say he's probably a very nice guy. That's just it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you really like this, if you really like Zach, and I'll have to say, I liked Zach on the Bachelorette, but I don't know that he is just, I don't know that he's good enough to, like, interesting enough to just be the Bachelor and carry a whole show. So Gabby kind of redeems herself at the cocktail party because she gives him peanut butter cups and they kiss and everything is right with the world as far as Gabby's concerned. Brianna had then brought up a comment that Christina made to her during the first show. And it was when Christina had said something about getting the first rose, and your dress is made of all roses, and is that a coincidence? And then she said, oh my God, I hate you. JK, just kidding. And Brianna didn't feel good with that. So she had spoken to Christina about it. Christina was like, what did I say? And she said what she said. And she said, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean for it to come off like that. I'm sorry. And Brianna seemed okay with it until she then started talking to Zach. And she was like, there's somebody who said this to me. Do you want to know who it is? And Zach shut it down and was like, listen, I don't like drama, so no. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right. Wait a minute, just a second ago, you wanted to start some drama. You wanted to say who it was. So listen, if you watched at the end of the show, you see that it looks like the villain for the season, they're setting the villain up to be Christine Mandrell. So we'll see. Rose ceremony comes, and people that were in. Now, I made a note of these because I could never remember. So there was Brooklyn, who is the rodeo chaser. No, not the rodeo chaser. She does the rodeos. Brooklyn, who looks a lot like Amanda Seyfried. Genevieve Greer, which I don't understand. Allie, Charity, who is probably my favorite. Katie, Gabby, Ariel, Anastasia, Kylie, Davia, Mercedes, Bailey, and wait for it, Brianna. And the ones that were out were Kat, who's the dancer from New York City who wore a dress that she wanted to look like a walking piñata. Kimberly, I don't remember anything about her, and another woman who I didn't see the name. At this point, I'm going to tell you, I don't remember everybody's name just because it's too soon. Now, my questions on the next preview. So it looks like Christina is considered to be the villain for the season. Also, it looks like either next week, maybe next week, someone is already in like a fantasy suites scenario, and somebody might be knocking boots. Oh, really? That's so dated. And then at the very end, the ladies were talking about when is it acceptable to fart in front of someone. Honey, listen, if you gotta let go, you gotta let it flow. That's just it. What are you gonna do? Can you hurt yourself if you don't fart and you hold it in? Can somebody put that in the comments? If you hold in a fart, can it medically hurt you? I want to know. I mean, I know that if you hold in pee, it can. This is the questions. This is the questions. So people were like, I would never. Another one's like, I would cross the street and go to a neighbor's house. Do you know how farts work? That is going to come out of you. Listen, if you're going to be in it for the long run, then guess what? In the long run, you're going to be farting in front of each other. That's it. So, okay, put in the comments. Would you fart in front of someone? Listen, I tell you what, I would. It's natural. If you don't like, that's just it. Okay, everybody. Well, with that said, so everybody in the comments, let me know who is your favorite on the show. Who do you like? Who do you not like? You know, tell me. Do you like Zach? Do you not like him? Put it all in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I would love for you to do this. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. I love comments. Subscribe if you want. I would love that. I would love to see comments from new people, from old people, from all people. So everybody, with that being said, I love you. And oh God, this forehead. Okay. So with that being said, I love you guys. You are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. And I will see you guys probably not tomorrow, probably on Thursday. So I'll see you guys later. Bye guys. I love you.